This is Kim Eierman from EcoBeneficial, bringing you more useful gardening tips to improve our environment. Today, I'm with Jane Sorensen at Riverberry Farm in Fairfax, Vermont. And Jane, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for coming.
This is a great place. It's an organic farm, and Jane has an interesting background. She actually has a degree from Harvard in landscape architecture and practiced as a landscape architect for quite a few years, and now is running this organic farm, Riverberry Farm, full-time. So Jane, we're here in the middle of your cornfield, and I think it's kind of interesting to note that you're farming organically. There is such a thing as organic corn and non-GMO, although about 90% of the corn in America is, but you're living proof that you can do it with
Sure.
organically. So tell us a little bit about how you grow this crop.
Corn, the sweet corn is actually a very significant crop for us, and we sell our corn mostly locally as well as through our cooperative that sells to the Northeast Seaboard. So to grow it organically, it has to be certified organic, and our farm is certified organic. You have to start with organic seed, and anything organic is not GMO seed, so the corn has to be certified organic, meaning no GMO to start with. And then to be organic, we're not using herbicides, and so weed pressure is definitely a significant issue, but that has nothing to do with GMO. But it's one thing, I guess, about GMO is that it's not Roundup ready
Right.
corn, so we wouldn't.
Meaning you're not spraying the entire field to suppress weeds, and thereby you have a lot of milkweed on this farm.
Sure, yeah, and so weed pressure is definitely a big issue for organic farmers, and so you can see in our field here there is definitely some significant weed pressure. A lot of the weeds, as I had said earlier, a lot of the weeds are also really great alternative floral source for pollinators, so not a bad idea to keep some of it. Galanzoga, which is we got right there, is actually really phenomenal as a pollinator plant. So we can say we intentionally have a carpet of Galanzoga. Not really, but it is really great for the pollinators also.
So Jane, being that you're growing corn organically, how do you keep the weed and the insect pest pressure down?
Well, the weed pressure is very mechanical. Most weed pressure control on organic farms has to be mechanical because we cannot use herbicides. And so with corn, it's relatively fast growing, so there's not nearly as much preparation you need to do in that for getting it to grow. And generally, it outcompetes a lot of the weed pressure, but you can see that there is a lot of weed pressure here. And then to control the pests, corn earworm is probably one of the most severe pressures for trying to grow corn organically, and we introduce a beneficial wasp on a weekly basis. We release them, and they do an excellent job of getting to where the pest is, so much more effective than any kind of spray. There are some organic sprays that might be able to kind of cut down that pressure a little bit, but we rely upon this beneficial insect to help us.
So you're showing that you can actually grow corn, non-GMO, not spray your crops, and allow things like milkweed to survive and prosper and support insects like monarchs. So Sure. That's fantastic. Well, Thank you. Let's go in the corn and see what it tastes like. So here's the corn. So let's take a taste. So what kind of corn is this?
It's bicolored, and the variety is called Sweet Rhythm, and we grow really primarily just that variety and do lots of plantings of it. Good stuff.
Tastes great.
Can't get any fresher than that, huh?
Delicious.
Probably be having corn for dinner too, but only my appetizer.
Really good.
So do you eat around or do you eat across?
Depends on my mood.
Interesting. What's your mood?
going around today.
I'm going to go.
This is Kim Eierman from EcoBeneficial. Thanks for watching. For more useful gardening tips to improve our environment, please visit us at www.ecobeneficial.com.